Hey everyone, how's it going? It is Friday, January 19th. Welcome along to another FiatLeak live stream. I am Danny DeBrito and I am accompanied by by Octo. Price was with us, but I believe he jumped off. Hopefully he will jump back on soon. Anyways, how are you doing today, Octo?
I'm good. Not bad, a little tired, but been looking at the market all night.
Sure, a lot going on. I started compiling the news today for this show, and at first I saw a lot of the same, just a lot of speculation and kind of vague technical analysis. But then, as I was digging deeper, I found some interesting news that we could go over today. Today we'll have news, some Elon Musk news. We will have some interesting news about a Denver pastor who is in trouble for some cryptocurrency scandal. We have some EU news in regards to AML, anti-money money laundering. We have a couple Bitcoin news kind of pertaining to, what's been going on with ETFs and whatnot. And then we have some XRP news, one article specifically about the CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, and another one with regards to the CTO, David Schwartz. And then we have an interesting one to go over about Coinbase and Beanie Babies. So make sure you stick around for that. And today's stream is a special one because we are attempting to stream on 3 platforms. Currently, we're streaming on X, we're streaming on YouTube, and we should be streaming on Tangled as well. Tangled.com just launched its live stream feature, and it has been all the rage or rave in Tangled social, and yeah, we're testing it out, and it seems to be working. Octo, are you watching the feed on Tangled by any chance?
I am. It is working. And yeah, I am at the same time texting on YouTube, telling everybody, since they're all the usual suspects.
Yes.
Everyone to move over to Tangle so we can properly stress test this new live stream ability we have. Enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, it's been cool. We launched it yesterday on Tangle.com. You can now stream.
Yeah.
I did my own little stream. I was streaming some records, some vinyls, and I was doing some augmented reality with animated GIFs over the records, and I found it to be a lot of fun, and I think I'll do it again. So if you guys want to check out this new live stream feature, please head on over to Tangle.com. If you haven't created an account, please do so already so you can join in on the party. And I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that's in the chat. So I'm monitoring the YouTube chat right now. I see that we have 19 people. Once again, as always, a lot of familiar faces. Shout out to SJHW, Sever the Wicked. We got Hattie Hats in the house, Russelli in the house. We have, who else we got here? We have Octo. Thank you, Octo. We have Time Fungus. We have the Joker. We have King 555, Felita. We have Amjad Ali. We have Ahmad Jawa. We have Syke. We have Azar Hussan. We have Muhammad Ali. We have Riaz Ali Memon, and more. So hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening to all of you out here. Make sure to stick around. In the middle of the stream, I will do a call to action that will request to all of you to add your Tangled usernames into the chat. From there, we're going to take your usernames, add it to the wheel, and we will do a wheel spin at the end where you have a chance to earn some Millix, as always. And with that said, let's jump into the news. We will start with the first news segment here is about Elon Musk. Elon Musk reveals surprise crypto holdings as X plans to, once again, I have to expand my thing here, as X plan to replace PayPal, Visa, and banks quietly accelerates amid Bitcoin price swings. So it's a little bit of a joint news article here, but we're going to focus on the Elon Musk parts. And what I've been doing, guys, which we want to compile the news of the day. We want to synthesize it. We want to aggregate it. We want to then get to the key takeaways of everything so you don't have to do that. And thanks to ChatGPT, I've been dumping all these articles and asking it for key takeaways. So hopefully the messaging will be a little more concise now. So because previous episodes, I would just read the bullet points, and I am beholden to whatever the author wrote. And a lot of times they misspell things or misquote things, and hopefully this will clean things up. So let's get right into it. Elon Musk, owner of Tesla and X, has revealed his personal crypto holdings amid rumors of a plot to replace PayPal. X, Musk's social media platform, has received a money transmitter license from Utah, making the 15th U.S. state approval for its plan to revolutionize payments in 2024. X aims to become an everything app and compete with PayPal, Visa, and banks offering peer-to-peer payments and groundbreaking products. I wonder what other application does that. Musk confirmed ownership of a significant amount of Dogecoin and mentioned that SpaceX owns Bitcoin. Tesla also holds over 10,000 Bitcoin, worth almost 500 million. X's financial service arm is set to grow, with Musk envisioning it as a platform for all types of transactions, including money and securities. Musk aims to turn X into an updated version of PayPal, and his influence has impacted the price of Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and other major cryptocurrencies. Lastly, PayPal's integration of Bitcoin and crypto support in 2020 contributed to the 2021 Bitcoin price bull run. A lot to unpack there, I would say. But funny enough, all these news and things and gonna do. Meanwhile, this little glimmer of light in the distance called Tangled is basically doing all of that, which
That's right. Yeah.
makes me happy to know that we're on the right track and we're foundationally built. In other words, we've started from the ground up doing the things that we wanted to do before announcing it. So anytime we made an announcement, it's because it's now available. But exciting stuff nonetheless. It shows where social media, transaction, banking, all in one is going. How do you feel about this news, Octo?
Well, yeah, what you read basically said it all. It does want to make it into the everything app. I believe it's something that we mentioned as well, maybe last week or a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
Because I did see the announcement that it was going to implement the ability of making payments. This one actually makes it solid, what you read, because it's saying that this 15th state approval, I believe, for being able to use X and its user base to send all kind of payments, Fiat, Visa, MasterCard, cryptocurrencies, you name it. So it looks like it is a little ace up its sleeve that it's probably going to make a big difference for its predecessor, which was PayPal, funny enough.
Yeah, it's kind of where he got his initial,
Signed by him.
Yeah, booty. So
that's how we started. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First big sale.
Yeah, so it's kind of a full circle moment for Elon Musk.
It is a pretty big deal because it's something that was attempted by other giants, let's call it, like Facebook, and failed pretty badly.
I think this adds a lot more validity to his Twitter acquisition. It's giving
absolutely, yeah. Considering that in the last reviews I've seen, statistically, it has the highest number of users, active users, in the last few months than any of the other big social medias like Instagram, Facebook, and comparable type of social medias. So yeah, it would be a pretty big game changer.
It would, and I suspect it's going to happen unless there's some sort of government intervention. But looks like they're going the right path, where they're getting approval from states. This being the 15th state, the state of Utah. So we see where they're going with this. They got 35 left to go. I guess if they're going to operate in the whole 50 states, and of course, I'm sure they're negotiating with international governments.
The rest of the world, yeah.
The rest of the world, correct. So that's cool news.
It is a good move. It is a good move for him, and considering the fact that the value of X, formerly known as Twitter, it's significantly below what he paid for when he got it. And yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
what was
yeah.
interesting is that it sort of it doxed
It's a
its
long term.
yeah, it did reveal its holdings, which were somehow already known, some of it,
Mm-hmm.
but it previously kind of talked about Dogecoin, that then was kind of silenced for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and came back to showing that it is part of his holdings. It is quite an interesting fact.
Indeed, indeed, it is. So just to pivot off of this, as the news mentioned that Utah being the 15th state of approval for its plan to revolutionize payments, Utah's neighbor, Colorado, has some interesting news. And this one I just thought it was funny. This is entertaining uh, at best. So, Denver pastor pocketed 1.3 million selling worthless cryptocurrency, state says. Now, before I dive into the bullet points of this, just how ridiculous is that headline title? 1.3 million. So the pastor pocketed 1.3 million selling worthless cryptocurrency. Worthless. So if he pocketed
Yeah.
$1.3 million worth of crypto, how in the hell is it worthless? Explain that to me, people, But
Well,
go
it
ahead.
is worthless for the people who bought it. I mean, he sold a coin that was worth nothing purely on. In fact, what was interesting about this article was the way that he was saying that it's it came from God. You need to invest in this coin. What was it called?
I see here it's index coin. Okay, so let me go ahead and read it through so then I have a better understanding of what this is
Yeah,
all about because that makes a lot of sense. So he was shilling a coin that was
yeah,
worthless and was able to raise 1.3 million by selling this to its like fellowship, I would assume. So let me go ahead and read it. Denver pastor Eli Regaldo, also the creator of the cryptocurrency index coin, is accused of pocketing $1.3 million by selling a worthless cryptocurrency, according to a lawsuit filed in Denver. Regaldo claimed to have received a divine message in October, instructing him to bring the cryptocurrency to his followers for a wealth transfer. The pastor operated an online marketplace called Kingdom Wealth Exchange. I hate this, by the way. The sole platform for buying and selling index coin. Both the cryptocurrency and the exchange were shut down on November 1st. Investors were left in uncertainty as Regaldo, on the same day of the shutdown, advised them to stay with index coins, assuring them of a financial miracle. This makes me dizzy. The lawsuit alleges fraudulent activities and highlights the pastor's promise of wealth transfer as misleading, leading to financial losses for investors. This is such a blatant use of people's faith. It's so disgusting.
yeah.
Uh,
It is the perfect standard rug pull technique, except he used God as the
oh my god. Might as well call it God coin and shit. This is so
yeah. There's a
ridiculous.
coin for everything. I mean, this sort of thing happens every day. There's always funny kind of catchphrase or a shilling point
Yeah. Let's
that gets goes across to people.
let's see if we can show the viewers that are watching right now this individual. I'm sure they're curious to see who he is.
The picture was on the thumbnail you produced for the live stream. That was excellent. It was
Oh,
the guy on the
yeah.
right.
The priest saying, "Hey, what are you gonna do?" Let's see if we have his photo here. Not in this one, but let's do a quick search of this Eli Galdo.
Yeah, because I saw the article before you posted it, and there was a picture of the guy. It didn't look like the one that you put on the thumbnail.
Oh, I saw that his Twitter has him holding his baby, I guess. But this is him, guys. This is the guy who got a message from above that you should buy his coin for financial freedom here. Oh, man. I mean, shame on him. Shame on the people who believe this guy here. I'm sure he was very convincing, but man, what a scumbag. I mean, I can't think of another
Yeah,
word, but it's just a total scumbag. And it's people like this that just provide a bad rap to the cryptocurrency industry. But where there's money, you're gonna where there's cheese, there's rats. I would say. So you're
yeah,
gonna get
yeah,
this.
yeah,
It's just a byproduct. Um,
yeah.
Let me know what you guys think
1.3.
in the chat if you know of any stories. Hey, Octo.
Yeah, it happens every day in slightly different ways. As I was saying, there has been bigger ones. I mean, 1.3 million is still fairly conservative as this kind of rug pulls
Sure.
type deal.
Yeah, it's smaller than,
Yeah,
but still quite a lot of money. I'm sure that's a lot of people are
for one
affected in the
individual, yeah.
community.
But it's just, yeah, it kind of shows how easy it is to make up a phony website, make a token, which I'm sure was done over Ethereum, most probably. It's just something
Yeah.
that you can make in 20 minutes.
But my question is, and not
Chill
to
it.
be like a devil's advocate or to think, nefariously here, but if you operate a church in the United States, you're already tax free. So you're not taxed. So when people donate to the church, they give their tidings or whatever, that
Yeah.
that money is not taxable. So they don't have to get taxes on this. So you're already in a situation where if he raised, if he raised 1.3 million from his congregation, he could use that, for his church and whatever else, and they usually pay themselves out on it. Why
For
put
some of it, yeah.
yourself in a situation where you're going to then get them to buy cryptocurrency? What was his idea? Was he actually believing that he was going to be able to make this coin worth more and therefore, make even more money? It's greed. That's what it comes down to, right? It's just greed.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was done maliciously from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Probably wanted
It was,
a second Lambo.
yeah.
Or his first one quicker.
And then he was probably going
I
to
don't
make
know.
all his gains, call it like it's under, the church. So then that's tax free too. Just another scumbag. They exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably,
And
yeah.
I've met a scumbag before that, used the church for business purposes solely. They weren't even religious. They were far from it. But we're going to move on here to some European news. And as the Euro map loads, I'm going to go ahead and start reading it. So, cryptocurrency sector faces stricter AML regulations with EU provisional agreement. The European Council and Parliament have provisionally agreed to expand the anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing law of the European Union to cover the cryptocurrency market. The agreement requires companies providing cryptocurrency services to check and confirm customers' detail and report any suspicious activities. Transactions costing 1,000 euros or more must be checked. Special checks are established for crypto asset service providers involving transactions across different countries, with a focus of monitoring business connections and wealthy individuals. Financial intelligence units gain special powers to obtain crucial financial and administrative details swiftly, including tax information, frozen assets, and cryptocurrency transfers. The provisional AML law is part of the Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation, MiCA, which is the acronym, proposed on July 20th, 2021, aiming to strengthen the EU's fight against money laundering and terrorist financing. The European Banking Authority amended rules on January 16th, 2024, extending AML guidelines to apply to crypto companies, intensifying efforts to prevent money laundering in the cryptocurrency sector. So all these exchanges operating in Europe, whether you're, markets, exchanges, or money service businesses, you've been warned. Get your act together. Make sure you're not doing anything that goes against this amendment, or else you'll be in big trouble. That includes P2B. That's our our home exchange for wrapped milks at the moment, based out of Lithuania, if I recall
Is
correctly.
Lithuania part of Europe? It is technically,
Yes.
yes.
Oh well, you know what? Maybe not the Union, but it's definitely part of Europe. So yeah, I think this is just pertaining
They
to
have
members of the
been
Union.
they have basically extended what they started doing a few years ago with
Yeah.
Fiat.
Yes.
You couldn't even fly anywhere with more than 1,000 euros in cash, and
Oh
you
really?
still can't. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The U.S. is ten
You had to
thousand.
make some sort of paperwork, declare it. It was all. It's been like that for a good 2, 3 years already.
€1,000 is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money to the point that you're
No,
going to
if you're
have to
traveling,
exhaust
like me,
resources.
I go and see my parents. I fly to Italy with a family of 4 people. Bring in 1,000 euros. For a month holiday or anything like that. It's not uncommon.
Not uncommon at
Although
all.
almost everything can be done with plastic nowadays, so
Yeah.
it's not necessary. But it
It's
does
almost like
happen.
pushing away people to carry cash. It's like they want to
It is.
expedite, you know,
Yeah. They
getting
basically
rid of
just
cash.
extended this. They extended this to exchanges and any kind of institution that handles crypto now.
Hmm.
We have been seeing, even here in UK, although technically we're not in the EU anymore, but I
Hmm.
think some of these laws, they spilled over here as well.
Hmm.
And well, all they did was implement some sort of you have to be categorized in a certain way when you're entering the exchanges that I, for example, have been using for many years. Uh, they show you some banners that you have to agree to, that you could lose everything. They're basically washing their hands out of any kind of insurance that they used to be
Hmm.
on some of your assets. Most exchanges, they used to have insurance. Your funds were insured,
Right.
and basically they're not anymore.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, the limit to this $1,000 thing, it's been adopted by the banks. So if you're moving more than that, you have to say where it came from, where it's going. But as for exchanges, it's still 10,000. The limit where it's still tax free and you don't really get asked too many questions.
I see.
It's when it gets exchanged for stable coins or fiat that yeah, you just need to provide some information about where it's going, where it
I
came
see.
from.
And
And normally it's not
that's okay.
accepted if it's being sent to different accounts than yourself. So account with a different name on it. And no, there's a lot more paperwork to fill out
Sure.
to move $1,000 or euros.
Seems very unnecessary for $1,000, if you ask me. It's just, $1,000 is,
Yeah, I
it's
mean, my
not
take on
quite
this is,
that money.
yeah, and it is kind of sad, which I think the main takeout I have from this is that from all the forms that I had to go through, I mean, I operate over various exchanges, European and non, and all of them, they had this questionnaire to fill out, so making sure that you don't invest more than 10% of your net worth
Mm.
here and all this stuff.
They're just looking out for your best interests, Octo. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. But the main thing that came out of all of this is if you lose everything tomorrow, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't
Hmm.
sue the exchange.
It's to
The
protect their asses. Let's be real.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
There's so many dum dums out there that they get euphoric and they put all their
yeah.
money and then they don't have food to feed their children. So
This European thing, though, it did remind me of news I saw yesterday that your ex-governor of California, Arnold
Oh, Arnold.
Schwarzenegger, yeah, he
What
was
was that about?
held,
Watch.
yes, Yeah, he got stuck at custom because his watch was worth too much money, and as we were saying, anything over 1,000 has to be declared, and his watch got him to spend a few hours in customs
That
because
sucks.
that's hilarious, really.
Well, I guess he won't be
In,
back.
in Munich airport, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's fly out of this European map, and it's been actually kind of fun watching the European map here. Even though, guys, it looks like depending on how your resolution to see the map for Europe, it looks like for me, I believe that's going into is that Germany or is that Poland? I'm sorry, it's Germany, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Germany. So it's all the crypto's not flying into Germany. It's just generalizing a central point.
Yeah.
So that's any crypto being exchanged with the euro at this time going.
It looks
to
like
Europe.
it's going to Germany, yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to various European countries or people that are trading with the European euro pair.
With the euro, yeah.
The euro.
Anything
With
that's
the euro.
traded in euro, it will look like it's going there, but it could be anywhere.
And just
That's
like
funny how this actually changed last year. Good old UK was part of it, and now, although there was always, even when we were part of the EU, the currency here, it's always been pounds.
right, so you never
Which
really had euros in circulation within the country.
no,
Right.
that's not.
Are there places that accept? Oh wow! Look, guys, we just got a little sonic boom of red. Looks like XRP is tanking right now. But
Everything is tanking a bit. Yeah.
We have 3 gainers and 61 losers at the moment in the market summary. So yeah, it's definitely a red day. Good day to put in some buy positions.
It's the triple bottom. Bitcoin is creating a triple bottom. Yeah, the first sort of big dump was yesterday when it went down below 41,000. Then it did it again around yesterday afternoon at this time. Then it went back up around over 41 and a half, and now it's just on the third. The third drop to exactly the same line, about $40,700.
Yeah, for sure. The market follows Bitcoin, and we're gonna unpack everything going on with Bitcoin shortly. But let's talk about some XRP news. We have 3 items to go over today for XRP. One, where Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, is the topic. Another one where David Schwartz, the CTO, is a topic. And then another one where it's more general, which I'll start with that one. Why not? We'll save the executives for last. So, first news I want to go over is Ripple presents XRP ledger to Franklin Templeton for consideration. Ripple is actively promoting the institutional use of XRP by presenting the merits of XRP Ledger, which is XRPL, to asset management giant Franklin Templeton. Ripple CTO David Schwartz highlighted XRPL's decade-long track record in reliability and stability, emphasizing the capabilities in tokenizing and exchanging both crypto-native and real-world assets. Franklin Templeton has been expressing interest in various cryptocurrencies, including Ethereum and Solana, showcasing a keen interest in their offerings and developments. Schwartz, a key figure in XRPL development, has garnered support for the introduction of a spot XRP ETF. The XRP community advocates for legal clarity and recognizes XRPL's established role in the blockchain ecosystem. Franklin Templeton CEO Jenny Johnson has expressed interest in exploring innovative blockchain avenues, aligning with the firm's commitment to invest in public blockchains and Web3. The company is particularly interested in the recent spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. XRPL recently set a record by processing 6.8 million transactions on December 30th, 2023, indicating growth growing global interest and adoption, especially for cross-border transactions and settlements. So yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
positive news there, and I think XRP and the ledger itself is kind of undeniably one of the stronger projects in the cryptoverse, and they've had already, like they said in this article, a decade plus long relationship with different banking institutions. So they have a track record, they have a history, they have precedent.
Yeah.
I'm sure
It is the
it'll,
one.
yeah,
One of the probably the oldest one that started venturing into this kind of business.
yeah. Just look
And
how insane the map looks right now with action. It was just a flurry of transactions happening.
yeah,
But go on. I'm sorry, I just
every
got cut off.
corner of the world
Yeah,
is. And if you look on the order book, you can see that a lot of the arrows are up, so they are buying.
great
They're
time to
buying this
buy.
dip. Yeah.
It's quite a dip. I mean, even if you want to
Yeah,
sell,
it's here.
when it goes up 4%, it's it's pretty
Yeah,
obvious that it will go back up. I mean, in my opinion, based on its history,
it's still
great time to make some
remaining.
profit.
Yeah, and even with this dip, it's still remaining, fairly stable compared to a lot of other assets in the market. Although the dip in percentage and on the chart, it is kind of a bit bigger than Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
It sort of went below that bottom of the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Though we're talking that, I started off from 57 cents and now moved down to 53.
Right.
So it's not incredible considering Bitcoin from 43 went to 40. It's kind of similar in percentage.
It is. It is, and
It's not massive. It's always an asset that on every dip you kind of feel comfortable buying because you're not gonna see massive gains instantly. It's a very strange coin to trade, XRP.
it is.
Uh,
But there's a strategy if you want to trade when it's going sideways. It's easy. It's small profits,
yeah,
but well, depending how much you buy in, of course. But
I think. Yeah, remember in the days when it was $2.5 or over one. Anytime you can buy it around 50 cents, I think it's a good time to to accumulate if you can.
right, Octo, did you notice? I mean, holy cow, UMA is 131%
Oh,
up.
yeah, it was the only green
Holy
one
cow!
yesterday. While I was streaming as well on the market summary, it was the only green one for quite a while, and quite impressive. It literally, yeah, doubled in price overnight.
Wow, that is.
And
There's some happy holders out there right now. I'll tell you that.
yeah, I was one of them about 3 years ago. It
Mm-hmm.
was a coin that I was trading because it was, fairly new and it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But the moves it has done. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the pump of the last, well, less than an hour ago. I left it around 380, and now it's about 480,
Wow,
$4.80.
that's insane.
Yeah,
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 and it's
that's
still going up. It's
132,
134% now. It just went up 3 percentage
120.
points since we brought it up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
wild. That's
yeah.
wild. Oh well, it's not like I'm having FOMO. I'm not. I promise. Um,
No,
so
but yeah,
to summarize on this Franklin Templeton news, clearly the CEO is showing interest in cryptocurrency at large, and XRP is definitely one that's very shoulder to shoulder with different banking institutions. So I wouldn't see why Franklin Templeton wouldn't consider the ledger,
yeah,
but let's see how it plays out. I think this is good news for XRP. It will just further solidify their status as the one, as you mentioned, Octo.
yeah.
Um,
There's already so many companies, banks mainly, using it for what it's doing. All these cross-platform, cross-country transactions from different kind of assets, including fiat and
mhm.
what have you.
Yeah, Sever the Wicked
And there are,
says, I bought XRP when it was 10 or 15 cents and is my longest holding. Well, that's great. That's great. And you held. That's awesome.
Pretty, yeah, me too. Who
That's
said
right.
that?
That was Sever the Wicked, aka
Yeah.
MRLL55
Oh,
on
yes.
Tangled.
My fellow judges. Yeah, that's right. For me too. It is definitely one of my. It is my oldest holdings because I had one. Yeah, just as old, but I sold it a couple of years ago,
Mm,
being Dodge.
sure, sure. Oh man,
Yeah.
I had a big loss in Doge the last bull run, but we'll save that for another conversation. It was
A lot of
a big
people
loss.
did. There was
Yeah,
so much desperation, but yeah,
I just should have sold when I
I
could, and I
remember people
didn't.
crying to Elon Musk, going, "Please
Oh
say
yeah, I remember
something
that.
about
You're right. You're
Dodge."
right. That's so desperate.
Ah,
So
yeah.
let's move on to some more news since we have quite a bit. Ripple CEO says Clarity opens up the U.S. market for XRP. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse sees increased regulatory clarity for XRP as a positive factor for attracting clients in the United States. The CEO highlights last year's court ruling declaring XRP not a security, providing Ripple with an opportunity to pursue its business objectives with confidence. In an interview at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, Garlinghouse emphasizes the innovative nature of blockchain and cryptocurrencies, urging broader understanding and acceptance. Despite regulatory challenges in the U.S., Garlinghouse expresses optimism that Ripple's legal victory regarding XRP opens up the U.S. market for the company. He stresses the importance of financial institutions adopting blockchain-based solutions like Ripple's to enhance cross-world payment, reducing costs and increasing speed and efficiency. Garlinghouse acknowledges the slow adoption of new technology and emphasizes that mainstream blockchain adoption will not come from closed insular networks. Yeah, he's essentially stating the obvious here, and I don't think any of us are thrilled about the rate of adoption. But at the same time, if you've been in this long enough, we have come such a long way. I mean, just the sheer fact that, crypto is being discussed in Davos, in the World Economic Forum. The fact that, the
Yeah.
EU is putting new laws to help regulate AML and KYC for crypto assets. We have come such a long way. So it's not like we're still waiting for that moment where it's adopted. I think we can officially say that cryptocurrency is adopted, but it's kind of like the nuclear age where we just figured out how to split the atom. Now we're figuring out what the hell to do with it. Sure, one aspect is, we could create these weapons of mass destruction, but we could also create the cleanest, cheapest form of energy for
Of power.
the communities
Yeah.
of power, and that's where
Right.
we're at. We're just figuring it out. We're monkeys tooling with fire.
Yeah. Yeah. There's still a lot of that going on, but yeah, adoption is definitely. I mean, the ETFs. It's another step towards the direction of global adoption,
Yes.
and it was a big one in a sense. And there are just so many. Like every platform now using Web3 over using blockchain technology for anything. I've seen data collection on car software and video streaming. There's blockchain being adapted for data storage, for everything. And it's slowly, getting into every bit of technology that it can get into. And it's still early stages because a lot of it is being tested out, and there's a lot of competitions between similar ideas and similar companies doing similar things. So we're still on the birth of something that's gonna get bigger for
Yeah,
sure.
and as we see
Even,
with Web3 is evolving, we have new services, new features, new innovations in Web3, and coinciding with that is the payment and information functions and platforms that are associated with it. So I see this all as a natural evolutionary progression where digital currency, I should say, digital currency is a natural kind of marriage between the internet. People are becoming closer. Look at us. When we do our calls here, it's based out of people that live in the U.S., in Europe, sometimes other countries in Asia, et cetera, et cetera. The world is getting smaller, and these legacy currencies and institutions are just not keeping up with the demands of the modern digital world. And now
that's right.
the investor class, the more established, institutions in finance, ETF is great. It's a great addition. It creates more exposure in those industries. However, that's not going to prohibit the growth of crypto in either way in the long run, in the macro of this.
Yeah, and it gives the maybe illusion sometimes of freedom to people that don't want to be tied down by the usual centralized institutions.
Right.
And since we are seeing the most common use of fiat through, banks, Visa, Mastercards, these circuits, they maintain the same speed they had 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it still takes, days for money to clear if you want to move it to your neighboring country or things like that.
And it can be inconsistent too. It's not even
yeah. It looks like that technology didn't advance with everything else that's advancing.
Right. I mean, there's so many parallels with like the energy industry. I feel like when you have established companies that control a sizable market share of the industry, they don't want change because they are risking their control. And exactly. We talked about this before with petrol, but now we're seeing this straight up with the money industries out there. But
exactly, yeah,
it's inevitable.
The decentralization that cryptocurrency brings to the table, it's something that can be profit loss. It could mean profit loss for the standard old institutions that we're used to. They need to
embrace it. People who embrace the change are the ones who end up winning. I remember this with MP3s, right? When Napster came out and everyone started being able to download MP3s, the music industry, if it was a 747, it was doing a nosedive, losing money because no one was purchasing. Each month there was less and less purchase. However, some people got smart. They're like, well, how do we use the internet to make us more money? They end up coming up with streaming platforms like Spotify, where now they don't have material costs. They're streaming like crazy, and now they're making more profit than ever, believe it or not, because they don't have to use all the material costs, both for manufacturing CDs, but also for actual legacy paper print media. They're going everything digital. So it's very important for people to be progressive. That's why I always lean progressive rather than conservative when it comes to technology and finance. I'm not talking about like other stuff, but I'm just saying in regards to that, because you have to understand the world is not going to stop for you. The world is ever evolving. The only constant in our world is change. So as change happens, you have to recalibrate and also educate yourself on how things are. Because if
you can get better, why not? Let's look at emails and slow mail, or blockbuster video and DVDs evolving into Netflix or something like that.
Yeah. And look at Netflix too. Their business model was mailing DVDs out, and
that's right. It was a
evolved
rental.
Too. It's so interesting. I love it.
Their own content.
To the point that they're producing their own content. So you have to be open to change, and change is your friend. You have to
And
understand
no
that,
more
like,
tangible media,
mhm.
no more, DVD manufacturer or things like that.
Oh
It
yeah.
could mean also profit for that particular sector, but creating a new one
Change
would
equals
make the.
opportunity, because opportunity means, change means that there's a new clean slate. So whoever are the first people who figure
Yeah,
out how to navigate this change have big potential, for opportunities. And the first to strike usually get ahead of it. So Netflix is a great example. Spotify is a great example.
yeah,
Coinbase, they were early in creating a very user friendly experience for people wanting to get into crypto, and that's why they are what they are in the United States. Of course, we have Binance
yeah.
for the rest of the world. So be progressive in your thinking when it comes to business, people, because things change, industries change, needs and wants of the consumers change, how we go about consuming and purchasing and all that changes. So let's move on to the CTO news. And this one is a little bit more controversial than the other two, because the other two articles about Ripple, they were kind of like, yeah, I figure that. But this one is kind of interesting. So I didn't read it through, but the headline alone definitely raised some eyebrows.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
so
question. Yeah.
yeah, Ripple CTO David Schwartz chooses Ripple shares over XRP. An inside look. Before we read this, let's see if this is just clickbait or if he legitimately said this. So here we go. Ripple CTO David Schwartz has publicly shared his investment preferences, expressing a preference for Ripple shares over XRP. Ripple holds a substantial amount of XRP with 46.55 billion tokens, constituting 46.5% of the total supply. Approximately 5.258 billion XRP is ready for use, while 41.3 billion XRP is securely locked away with a monthly release and relock mechanism. Ripple faces concerns over XRP sales, with 892 million XRP sold in the third quarter of 2023 and a significant sale of 238 million XRP in December of 2023 for $142 million. Schwartz discussed the dilemma of either holding onto XRP or systematically selling it off to reduce Ripple's holdings, dismissing the idea of burning the escrow balance as not bringing tangible benefits. Despite Schwartz's preference for Ripple shares, he acknowledged uncertainty about whether it was the right choice, considering the flexibility of XRP holdings. Ripple shares are currently valued at about $11.3 billion. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse clarified that the company has no imminent plans for an initial public offering, an IPO. So I don't think he gave his detailed reasoning as to why he prefers
No,
shares.
it was kind of saying, in a way, it's saying I choose the technology over the asset, over the coin,
Yeah,
which
the
totally
company.
makes sense.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
company
At the
over
same
the
time,
coin.
yeah, it's the technology of Ripple and what it can do instead of just the actual coin itself. But by doing so, I have to take in consideration the number factor, the worth
Absolutely.
of the company, what that would do, selling
Mm-hmm.
off, it would impact both assets in some way.
Right.
So it was kind of thinking out loud. In a way, I am sharing his idea of picking the company over the asset. It is probably a more stable and maybe profit-making um, idea,
I think
especially since,
as a CTO too, it's kind of a
well, yeah,
wise
it's his job.
move, because if the parent, if you can't, I hate to say the word bet, or if you can't show solidarity with the company that founded the token, that's really
Yeah,
everything. So you need a healthy foundation. The parent,
yeah,
it kind of makes sense.
and it's showing his confidence in the tech, in the actual,
The
in
overarching,
his work.
yeah.
basically. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think from his position, it's actually a very non-controversial choice for people who trade at XRP and hold at XRP and like live and breathe at XRP. They may have been taken aback a little bit, hence why I said controversial. However, when you think about it, as his position as a executive, a CTO at Ripple, it makes sense. You know, he'd rather have
yeah.
Ripple shares, the company behind XRP,
Also, the
than
new
you know.
clarity that's coming forward regarding XRP, it will basically show and it will give a rise in adoption of the protocol and the technology behind it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it kind of shows that he believes in the company. And as I said, if this SEC case will finally be over in April/May, as it should be,
Mm-hmm.
the clarity of that asset, it will be legally, it will be so much better than any other cryptocurrency, because they have been the first to go through this crazy process of being, declared
Yeah.
safe in a certain
Yeah.
way.
It will be precedent in the courts, you know, any
And that
similar
will just open a
lawsuit.
lot of doors.
Yeah.
Would open a lot of doors for Ripple,
Mm-hmm.
as well as XRP.
Mm-hmm.
But again, one is an asset, one it's it's a company with a specific type of technology.
So,
So it's probably a safer bet if you look at it purely in the sense of, on the money wise. You know what I mean? Gains wise, I think it does make sense.
I agree. I do agree with that.
Crypto assets, you would always have more volatility than the actual Ripple company might have.
Mm-hmm. So,
So it's a long run kind of vision that I think I share with him.
absolutely. Wow. Look, UMA is now 164% up in the past 24 hours. I'm excited to take a look at the charts once we get off this stream here. But we're going to move on to some Bitcoin news here now. But before we do, guys, I just want to say thank you again to every amazing individual that is watching us right now on YouTube, on Tangled, and on Twitter, aka X. We greatly appreciate you. Now, for everyone that is watching, this will be the last time that we will request for you to add your username to the YouTube chat, because next episode we will be requesting you to add your username in the Tangled chat. But with that said, go ahead and enter your username into the YouTube chat now, and I trust that our good friend SJHW will compile the names for me and send it over to us through Tangled. SHW, I hope you can do that. Thank you so much. If so, if not, we will find out. We'll find out fast. And so go ahead and add your usernames to the chat, and we will move on to some Bitcoin news, followed by some other funny news, and then we're going to do the wheel spin, and you guys are going to earn some Millix if you are lucky enough to do so. All right. So Bitcoin news, nothing too crazy in the news today, but, all kind of relating to the latest price movements and the ETF. So let me scroll back up to it. Give me one little minute here.
I'm still getting over that UMA. I mean, it literally did another dollar since we mentioned it a few minutes ago.
It's wild, man. It is just wild. But prepare for a massive dump as well. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah. It's going to correct, is what I'm saying. But it'll still
totally,
probably be up.
Yeah.
It'll probably be greener than where it was 48 hours ago. But yeah.
The volume is twice the market cap almost. Been looking at it from this morning. It's been growing a lot. Everybody, it's literally FOMOing in big time.
Oh yeah, head first.
The coin is interesting. I mean, that's why I was trading it a few years ago.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I'm diverting back to it, but
No,
it's
yeah. Right when
it literally allows you to create and run your own smart contracts on synthetic um, assets. Basically, you can wrap anything and create your smart contracts.
cool. Yeah,
On
we
something like
listed it
chain.
on FiatLeak because Coinbase listed it, and that week that we listed it along with New Cipher, with
Right.
Loopring, with a slew of coins that it was basically we were midway into the last bull market. I remember it was probably like
It's
February,
when
January. Yeah.
some of those you just mentioned, yeah, were added by Coinbase back then. I remember.
Hmm. Oh, we just lost Octo here. Wait one moment, everyone. We will get him as soon as he gets back. There he is. Let me bring him in. All right, Octo, are you back with us?
Yeah,
Okay, great. So you were saying?
yeah, I'm saying that those some of those assets you just mentioned, they were introduced by Coinbase back then on the last bull run.
Yep.
Some of them. And at the time, Coinbase was running this as introduction to these new coins. You could do a small quiz and
Oh,
earn,
they're still doing that too.
$3 to $5 worth of it. Yeah,
Yeah, I love that about them that they do that. They've done it for
it was nice because it was
years.
giving you a proper nice insight on the coin. What they do,
Education.
explaining how they work and everything.
Yeah.
And by going through this reading, you would earn your, $3 to $5 worth of it.
Yeah. I'm
Great
I'm
incentive to
I'm
get
interested
started.
in doing that actually, that model for Millix, using tangledtrivia.com. We already have the engine, so to speak, of providing a quick little lesson with videos and text, and then giving a quiz, and then giving people Millix for taking the quiz. So that's something I've had in the back of my mind for a long time because I think education is extremely important, especially when you're getting
Yeah.
into
Earn
whether
through
it's
education, yeah.
correct. Yeah.
Earn through gaming,
Hmm. Yeah.
and
Why
you name
not?
it.
Make
But
it
yeah,
fun. Make education fun. I mean, in school, I remember as a kid, they were doing everything they could to making learning fun. And
get your interests. Yeah,
because if you're interested, you're going to learn. See, I was the kind of student that if I wasn't interested, I would do terribly bad. But if I just showed a little inkling, I would be the top of my class. You know, uh, and
yeah,
I guess it's a little bit to do with ADD. I don't know, but if there's no connection, I could not be forced to learn it for whatever reason. But
absolutely.
let's get right into the Bitcoin news since we're already past the hour mark here, which is cool because
Yeah.
it's always fun doing these streams with you, Octo, because we can talk for days, I'm sure. Okay, so Bitcoin slides back to $40,000 as post ETF correction deepens. Bitcoin experienced a slide back to $40,000, falling by 3.6% to 41 at the time of this. Now we're at 40,000, so we're about 3% down in the last 24 hours. The broader crypto market followed the downward trend, which is happening right now, impacting crypto-related stocks. Coinbase and MicroStrategy ended the trading day down 7% and 2% respectively. The correction is attributed to the aftermath of Bitcoin exchange-traded funds launch. The short-term traders and large Bitcoin holders engaging in significant selling. Julio Moreno, head of research at CryptoQuant, noted that unrealized profit margins need to fall further for sellers to be exhausted. Short-term holders' unrealized profits have dropped from 48% in December to about 16% this week. So Bitcoin flows to derivative exchanges have dropped or have stopped growing, a trend that has historically signaled bear market or price corrections. Since the SEC approved Bitcoin ETFs on January 10th, Bitcoin has fallen about 12%, leading analysts to caution that the correction may continue into the first quarter of the year. Julio Moreno previously projected that the post ETF decision correction could bring Bitcoin down to as low as $36,000. Despite the recent correction, Bitcoin is down about 3% this year, but ended 2023 with a significant gain of 157%. We always have to zoom out, and see the big picture.
Yeah.
So we are FOMOing, or not FOMOing, we're FUDing right now about 3% when 2023 saw a gain of 157%. Oh my God. UMA is at 187% right now, Octo. Are you feeling the FOMO?
I just put the chart behind me. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. That's literally, that is what we call a God candle.
I mean, dude. Oh boy.
That's a one daily each of a candle, man. It just went to $6.50.
What I'm gonna do?
I mean, it was only $2 yesterday. That's something.
I'm going to do something that we've never done before. Well, I just read some Bitcoin news. I'm going to load a UMA chart just so we can see the candles. It's just, I think we all deserve to see what a God candle looks like. If you agree with me, let me know in the chat. The data is loading. But what's your overall summary of? I see that we lost Octo. Let's get him back here, people. Give it 1 second. Is Octo back with us? We still have lost Octo here. Let's see the candle. Let's zoom out here. So we still don't have Octo here, people, but maybe he lost his internet connection from all the monitors and charts that he is doing. But it looks like SJHW has sent the names, so I am going to grab the names now. So if you didn't get your names in, apologies, but we are going to proceed. Okay, it looks like Octo is back. Let me bring him.
Yeah.
All right,
I think
Octo.
that candle.
I'm gonna let you just talk now while I set up the wheel spin. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So go for it.
You're setting up the wheel. Yeah. Yes. I'm still gobsmacked by that candle.
Yeah, I loaded it here, but
if that's still within the parameters of what I did yesterday. I usually do a little bit of day trading with various things, and yesterday the best one was over a 200% temporary gain on Rapmilix. Funny enough.
Nice.
Yeah. I managed to catch a few ups and downs from 0.008 to I sold some over 0.02. So I pretty much doubled what I started off with.
Fantastic.
In the matter of a few hours.
Amazing.
And on P2B, I'm not talking huge amounts, but it's nice to start off with 5,000 and end up with 10.
Absolutely. That's incredible. That's a big growth right there.
It was a pretty mad day for Rapmilix yesterday over P2B.
I haven't checked in a minute. I haven't seen any charts.
I'm glad I caught it. It's stabilized back down to previous prices, but it's still, as early as a couple of hours ago, it was still around twice so much that it was yesterday. Yeah, we're still around the 0.013 and back down to 0.89-ish. Oh, looks like, Yeah, a few nicely placed buy and sell orders, maybe like 6 of them in
Hmm.
total, doubled my whole.
Looks like we lost him again, folks, but not to worry. I am getting the wheel spin going, but we have an issue. Every time I go to send payment, the payment gets canceled. Let me see here. Let's see. Is Octo back with us? He is. 1 second. All right, Octo. We have you back here.
Yeah,
I am trying to pay for the wheel, but it keeps canceling me. Okay, I'm trying to send it. I have enough in my balance, but it keeps saying payment was canceled.
in your total balance, because sometimes the wallets,
Yeah, but usually, previously I remember it would
the
allow me
primary,
to choose. Um,
right?
I'm not sure what to do right now. Let's see. I wonder if Eric. I'll try one more time.
Right, Ericsson should be our tech support during
Yeah,
this
I don't know if
stream.
he's not with us. So I'm gonna go ahead and show this on screen here, so you guys could see. And we're gonna figure out a solution for this, folks. We will. And here we are. Let me make sure I can see clearly what you guys see. So I already added all the names. I already added 15 prizes. And when I go to continue, it looks like I have 148 million here. There's 120. Payment was canceled. So what I'm going to do is, because we didn't want to waste anybody's time here, I'm going to take off 5 places. So there's only going to be 10 places today, and see if that works.
Okay.
And if that works, that was the issue. So unfortunately, we're only going to have 10 winners today. But I'm going to read one last news article, and then we'll go ahead and spin the wheel. This is just a funny one, which I wanted to read just because of the headline. Coinbase tells judge that buying crypto is like collecting Beanie Babies. SEC says it's an investment. In a recent court hearing, a lawyer representing Coinbase compared buying cryptocurrencies to collecting Beanie Babies, arguing that crypto tokens are more like collectibles than traditional securities. The comparison was part of a lawsuit filed by the SEC against Coinbase, accusing the platform of selling unregistered securities. Coinbase's lawyer argued that when purchasing cryptocurrencies, buyers don't gain any rights, unlike traditional stocks or bonds. The SEC countered by stating that when buying a crypto token, the owner is investing in the network or enterprise behind the token, aligning with a 1946 Supreme Court decision defining securities. The court case is significant for the crypto industry, with the SEC alleging that Coinbase operated illegally as a national securities exchange broker and clearing agency. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong has expressed commitment to continue operations in the U.S. despite legal challenges and vows to challenge cease and desist orders from state regulators. Beanie Babies, people. Beanie Babies.
Yeah,
Spinning the wheel.
I think it's right. I mean, it's just speculation about. I mean, this old law says that if you're investing in a crypto asset, you're investing in the technology and the company behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's actually not true,
I
in my
think people are
opinion.
more interested in just holding the coin itself, and a lot of these people, I
Yeah,
would
the coin
argue, don't know
itself,
shit about the company
it's
behind it
just
or
like the
anything.
difference between Ripple Labs and XRP. The
Yes.
coin is the asset. If you buy an iPhone, you're not investing in Apple, are you? It's
You're
the same
right.
thing.
Right.
Yeah,
So you could consider it
the
a
company
product.
could go bust. Therefore, your asset will be worthless or worth less.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not investing in the company. when you
I
buy
would argue even if the company
so
goes
it is
bust,
like
the product might even go more in value. I mean, think about like companies that went bust and the products that they made,
yeah.
like a DeLorean. I don't know. It's thinking out loud
Yeah,
here.
no, that's right. That's right. And that's why the statement that, is it compared it to Beanie Babies, it's totally right. I like that.
Yeah,
You know, think about
yeah,
a JPEG of a monkey that's worth $500,000, for example.
yeah. It's crazy times we live in, man. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but did you say 1946? Is that when this?
1946. The SEC
Uh,
countered by stating that when buying a crypto token, the owner is investing in the network or enterprise behind the token, aligning with a 1946 Supreme Court decision defining securities.
there's the key word is token. Yeah, tokens. It's a big difference from a token to an actual coin.
Yeah. Well,
It
it's
means
funny that they
they
say
really know what
token. A
they're talking about.
token is like what you use within a place. Like if you go to an arcade and the arcade has their own exclusive token, that arcade
Yeah,
goes out of business. That token is no longer valuable,
yeah,
there's no value to it. However, a company behind a cryptocurrency project could go bust, but that cryptocurrency could technically still be exchanged. And
absolutely.
it
Yeah,
can have a life of its own. So it doesn't really hold water in that regard.
yeah. So yeah,
So
it
we're
is a
down
bit of
to
a
two more prizes, 8, 9, and 10. Three, I should say. So I'm going to just name the three right now. So the eighth prize goes to someone by the name of Octo. Congratulations, Octo. You just won 8 million Millix. And by the way, your
Octo
wife
wins
won.
Octo.
Yeah, I know. 8 for 8 over here.
I
Okay, for
like
the
that.
ninth prize, we have I'm just going to call it Ligar or Ligiar L3G3AR. I believe he is a fellow Italian. I don't know if you know him, Octo. I don't expect you to know every Italian, but
No, I think he's from Morocco.
oh, really? I thought they had a Italian flag.
At some point, yeah.
They could
I
be
don't
a
know if
fan
he
of,
actually
of
lives in
Italy.
Italy, but I've had some chit chat with him in the past. Yeah, he's from Morocco.
Man, guys, I wish I could add more funding to this wheel because somehow I still have a balance. I could totally pay for some more, but apologies for all of you that are not going to win and that are still on the wheel. But right now we're about to spin it for the grand prize of 10 million Millix. Are you going to be that lucky one? We shall see right now. And spin.
Oh, I just saw. Well, the stream is delayed
Yeah.
from our
Oops.
from our one,
All
and
right.
there he is.
So, Misin Nayab just won 10 million Millix. You are the grand prize winner of today's stream. Congratulations, Misin Nayab. And to all of you, thank you so very, 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 very much for sticking around in this live stream. It was a special one indeed because we streamed on 3 different platforms. But a reminder that on the next episode, we are going to be collecting names on the Tangled chat. So this was the last time that we are collecting names on YouTube. I want to thank you all again for joining us. Please make sure to join us on Tuesday when we do another one of these exciting FiatLeak live streams. And I want to thank Octo again for joining us here, giving us very deep, insightful knowledge and information on everything crypto. It's always a pleasure talking to you. I'm always leaving the stream with learning something new thanks to you. So thank you very much. Thank you,
My pleasure.
SJHW, for compiling all the names. As always, we greatly appreciate your assistance. And everyone, go check out that Uma God Candle when we get off. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. And until then, we will catch you next time.
Yeah, have a good weekend. See you all soon.
See you all soon. Cheers, everyone.